Good morning. It is Friday, July something. What is it? I can work backwards. July 9th or something like that. Something like that. It is Matt's birthday weekend. It is early. I am outside. I'm going to do my yoga really fast. It's a little humid out here. But today I have a lot of baking to do. Not just today. Cooking the next couple days. So Matt wanted an Oreo cake. So I'm going to get started on that today. And he wanted, I don't think I did it last year. For some reason, as soon as I met Matt, the first year I met Matt, I made him fried chicken for his birthday, and he wants that ever since, which is funny because it's like his birthday's in July, and it's always so hot. So I'm going to make fried chicken on Saturday night for dinner, and then because we have that oil and I like to use it twice, sometimes I do this in the opposite direction, but I'm doing it this way. Or do fried chicken with the first oil. I'll filter it, keep it in my Dutch oven, and then the next morning we're going to make donuts. Sometimes I do it the other way. I make donuts, filter it, and then do fried chicken. So we are going to do fried chicken, Oreo cake, and we're going to make donuts. I like to make cake donuts because they're easy, but I think Matt is going to request yeast donuts. So Farmhouse on Boone, I saw she put out on Facebook a recipe for yeasted sourdough donuts. So I'm going to give that a try. Will it work? I have absolutely no idea. So I'm going to get busy on my yoga here while the kids are still sleeping for some reason. And then I'll see you in my kitchen.
You say that something's got to give. You say it's one way to live. Yet you sit and wait for better days. I think we must push through the gray. Hold me closer than the wind. Let me be the orchid. Have me every second. We'll be the orchids. Oh, earth spins, seeds grow and people go. Yes, things end to start again. And we're not different, you and me. Oh, that's the charm, not the harm. Baby, I believe. Oh, hold me closer than the wind. Let me be the orchid. Oh, have me every second. We'll be the orchids. Life is life, not everything can be right at once. No matter the height.
Here is our cake. I've decided all I'm going to do today is bake the cake, which I did. I'm going to cut it into 3 pieces. Trust the process. I'm going to make this kind of a rectangle taller cake. I'm going to frost and fill it tomorrow. Otherwise, I have a feeling we're just going to eat it today. Not that that would be the end of the world. I also need my mixer to make Friday night pizza instead of buttercream. So I'm just going to measure this and cut it into thirds, and I think I'm going to try to decide if I want to put it in the fridge or freezer. I think I might put it in the fridge. A colder cake is a lot easier to work with than a room temp cake. If I can do it, I like to do this in multiple days, especially with little kids.
Be the orchid. Oh, have me every second. We'll be the orchids. Oh, so hold me closer than the wind. Let me be the orchid.
Okay, so this chicken has been thawing in water and I've been checking it pretty much all day long. I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna use this for my marinade. So I'm gonna put this over here and I'm just gonna cut into it. And this is, not that it makes a difference, this is a 4.7 pound chicken, whole chicken. That was extremely ungraceful. All I'm doing is taking this thing out. Everything that's inside, I'll cut this off in a second. Okay, I'm not a chicken rinser, so I'm not gonna rinse it. I'm just going to very carefully take this over to my island so we can carve it up. So my tools here is I have a plastic cutting board because I don't like to use meat on my wood board. And I have a pan with just aluminum foil and some paper towels just for cleanup. I'm gonna put this actually back in that Instapot to marinate. I'm primarily just gonna use my chef knife. This is just what I use, but I also did randomly a couple years ago purchase this boning knife. It's very like flexible, as you can see. I don't usually use this, but I always take it out just in case. I am not a professional at this whatsoever. I kind of just hack through it, but this is what I've learned from different cooking shows and just doing it is I kind of let gravity help me out. So you can start wherever you want. Like I'm gonna start with this drumstick. Let me turn you so you can see me. Is this any better? I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to get you all in the one shot. There, you can stare at my gross rag that I have here. So like I said, I'm using gravity, so I'm gonna lift up the the leg and just kind of start cutting. The sharper the knife you have, the better. Can you see this? There's like a fat line in here. I'm just following that. Literally holding this up the whole time. The hardest part for me are these joints. So I just kind of pull it back and broke it. I'm not doing the best at exampling this, but I am now going to attempt to take, here's the thigh, here's the drumstick, and I don't know, I just kind of go for it. Getting through these joints is the hardest part. Like that one I just nailed. That's probably dumb luck. So here's a drumstick. Here is a thigh. And I'm just gonna do the same thing with the other side, the wing. I'm just lifting it up and kind of going around. This is definitely messy. I am right-handed, so I probably have you on the wrong side of my camera, but the glare is awful there. So one day, if you like this, I'll do another one. See, if you just like use the weight of the chicken, this stuff really does come apart pretty easy. Only a couple minutes in now. So now this is the tricky part, getting the breast meat off. I think what I usually do is actually, so I'm holding the backbone. I know this is so gross. See this fat line right here? That's the breast. So I'm just gonna cut along this line here. And do the same thing on the other side. And be very careful. These bones are very sharp and I have cut myself before. This I am saving and I will freeze it and I'll have stock. Make chicken stock with it the other day. There was a couple videos ago that I made chicken stock from chicken backs and this is exactly what it's from. I just put them in a bag. Once I have about 3, I'll put them in a pot with water and cook them for about 90 minutes. And then I get some really nice chicken broth. I always heard that there's a trick. If you cut the wishbone here, it's easier, but I don't know how to do that. So I'm just following the back. Alright, I completely did not mean to, but I actually essentially deboned that. I didn't mean to, I wasn't even thinking. But I'm going to take the breast meat and cut it in half. That's what I was trying to do the first time. Again, not throwing it away. This is really good for chicken stock. Okay, so this one does have the bone. It's a little chunkier, and I'm just gonna kind of divide this into 2 pieces. Okay, so that's how I get, how much is that? Oh, I'm sorry, 10 pieces for fried chicken. Okay, so all I'm gonna do is take this and season it very heavily with salt and pepper. So here's my Instant Pot that was defrosting in. I'm gonna put it right back in here. I just like this because it's tall, it fits nice in my fridge, and I don't have to worry about it leaking like if I put it in a bag. Okay, so let me just wash my hands again. And then we just have some good old buttermilk. And I'm just gonna pour this over. I just did enough to cover, and I'm just gonna take a fork and kind of zhuzh it around in there. I wanna make sure everything's in there and just kind of poke them down. So now I'm just gonna take this and pop it in my refrigerator. I'm gonna refrigerate this probably for a little less than 24 hours. You just have to put it in the refrigerator for like a minimum 4 hours, but you can do it for, I Googled it just to make sure. Online, Google says up to 48 hours, but I'm only doing it 24 hours just because I have little kids, so I have to bite this up and how I would do it. But normally I probably would have done this if I didn't have so many little kid distractions in the morning and let it sit during the day. Like I said, minimum 4 hours to marinate. And then we're going to fry this tomorrow for dinner.
Hey, I heard you got a new best friend. Yeah, it hurts a bit, I won't pretend that it doesn't matter that you're with someone else. In a way, that's how it's supposed to be. If I'm unable to make you happy, then it's for the better that you are not with me. That's why I wrote you a letter, cause you see, I write so much better than I speak. And I need to tell you, you were my best friend till the end. I hope I'll be happy without you, but right now I don't know what to do. It's hard to get over, you chose someone else, a new best friend. Doesn't feel like it was long ago. We were head over heels in love, thought it'd last forever, but somehow we got lost. Looking back, I didn't realize what was wrong with me. I can't deny I took you for granted. You finally had enough. That's why I wrote you a letter, cause you see, I write so much better than I speak. And I need to tell you, you were my best friend till the end. I hope I'll be happy without you, but right now I don't know what to do. It's hard to get over, you chose someone else, a new best friend. Best friend, yeah, it hurts a bit, I won't pretend that it doesn't matter that you're with someone else. That's why I wrote you a letter, cause you see, I write so much better I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city light. Hey darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday. Baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey. Come on now and take my hand. Hey darling, I love it when it's me and you.
So one of the things that I have learned over the years with fried chicken is once I dredge it, I put it on a rack, and I want all of that, see those little flakes of dry flour, I want those to be absorbed in the coating. So you just wait a couple more minutes. Usually it takes about 20-25 minutes total, and that really helps that waiting time, the coating to adhere to the chicken while it's fried. So when the fried chicken comes out, that coating doesn't just peel off.
Get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday. Baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey. Come on now and take my hand.
So now we're gonna make donuts, which is also one of Matt's birthday traditions, and the recipe I'm using is Farmhouse on Boone with sourdough, except for I didn't realize that it needed 5 to 6 hours to proof before you put it in the fridge overnight. It is 9:40 when I'm starting this. So I am modifying the recipe. I'm having all the ingredients, and then I'm adding a teaspoon of yeast to kind of boost this whole process. So this is kind of a trial and error and see if this even works. I let it sit for 2 hours, and it got nice and poofy and delicious looking, and I threw it in the fridge overnight. So the next morning, Mr. Paul is going to help me cut these donuts out into circles, and I'm just going to cut the holes out. I'm going to leave these for another hour or two to proof, and then we're going to fry these up, and Matt requested chocolate glaze on these guys.
Reminiscing about the time when we first met. I don't know what is good enough, 'cause baby, little by little you wear me down. Little by little my actions won't be forgiven. I wish I could be sorry for the things that caused you harm, but nothing I can say or do will make it come undone. So even though I hate the thought of leaving you, I hope you come to terms and have it in your heart to end it all. You're better off alone. Sincerely yours, sincerely yours, I still haven't heard anything from you. You say love is a fool, and so I am too. I really don't know if it's good enough, 'cause baby, little by little you wear me down. I can say or do will make it come undone. So even though I hate the thought of leaving you, I hope you come to terms and have it in your heart to end it all. You're better off alone. Sincerely yours, XO.
So we're gonna try something I've never tried before, this fry away. I got this from Thrive a while ago, and it makes your hot oil solidify into organic waste, and it is plant-based, eco-friendly. So the instructions say 1 scoop per cup. I put 2 quarts in there yesterday. I did fry the chicken and fried the donuts, so I'm gonna estimate. I'm gonna do about 7 or 8 scoops, and it says in the hot oil, and then we'll just give it time, and it should be able to just scoop the whole thing out and throw it away. All right, so let's see here. 1, 2, 7, 8. And then it just said to stir until dissolved. It's already pretty much dissolved in here. Okay. All right, and now we just wait. I just let that sit there, and it should solidify as it cools down. So it's a few hours later now. It's about 3:50 now. I just honestly forgot about this. It's probably been about 3 or 4 hours, and it's, yeah, I probably end up using like a spatula to get the rest of this out, but yeah, it's solidified for sure. So I'm just gonna scoop this all out, probably gonna use a spatula like I said, and throw it in the garbage. That is a cool product. I will definitely be getting that again. And as always, thank you so much for watching. If you like videos like this, please give it a thumbs up so I know. Subscribe if you haven't.